I'm just firing up all the things. It's always the wrong. What's this one?
Ladies and gentlemen, your captain speaking on behalf of the entire crew. It's my pleasure to welcome you on board. Please sit back, relax, enjoy the service, and thanks for having chosen Air Canada. Mesdames, Messieurs, votre commandant. Alors, détendez-vous. Je vous souhaite à tous un très bon vol. Merci.
Well, I don't know why you're...
Good evening. Welcome aboard Air Canada. We did best airline in North America at the World Airline Awards. Thanks to you, our customers. New service director for this flight.
That's weird that it started playing the announcements now. We haven't started boarding yet.
In English and in French. Once again, welcome aboard. Mesdames, Messieurs, encore une fois, bonsoir. Bienvenue à bord du vol d'Air Canada et du meilleur transporteur aérien en Amérique du Nord à l'occasion des World Airline Awards de Skytrax. Une distinction obtenue grâce à vous, nos clients. Mon nom est Adrien, je suis votre directeur de bord. Nous sommes heureux de vous accueillir ce soir. Je pense que ce vol sera très agréable. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes heureux de vous servir en français et en anglais. Merci.
See if it'll get it right on the second try. Nav lights. Get those on. Okay, so this time it remembered most of the other settings when I was playing with them earlier. A lot of these were not set the way they're supposed to. That's better. Let's get a GPU and let's start boarding. Well, those displays are on, they're just really hard to see in the sunlight.
Boarding requested.
Figure all that out.
Do you want to board crew?
Who's already on? Beyond ATC fails to connect here because SimConnect has shipped that again. I'm gonna have a small connection. Cool.
Passengers boarding starting.
I regret doing this already. Oh, that works. So it was just... Why is it just beyond ATC then that's having that problem connecting? So dumb. This is why I picked short flights, by the way, because we spent half the time rebooting the stupid simulator. I gotta love GSX. Failed to load GSX menu. It might appear later. Maybe not. Maybe it will. Now, let's see if we have better luck this time. Yep. At least on that front.
Beyond ATC connected.
Airport information India. 2026 Zulu. Wind 235 at 7. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 19. 2.12. Altimeter 3025. Landing runway 22 left. 3227. 33 left. Departing runway 22 right. 2733 left. Advise on initial contact. You have information India. Logan Airport information India. 20.
JetBlue 931 ready to copy IFR clearance to LaGuardia.
JetBlue 931, Boston clearance, clear to LaGuardia, SOC 7 departure,
traffic.
then is filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 133.0.
Looks like we're
Squawk
down at the American
2052.
terminal.
Clear to LaGuardia, SOC 7 departure, then is filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 133.0, squawk 2052, JetBlue 931.
This
JetBlue
GSX
931,
thing, like,
read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for push or start.
another piece of brilliant software. So,
Ground
by the way, stick with me.
121.9
Every
when
week,
ready
we're
for
going to find a
pushback or
different
engine
piece of
start.
garbage software
JetBlue
that relates to
931.
Flight Simulator somehow. So, and
And
Cabby has got a bug. I'm sorry to tell you, Cabby, but
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome aboard Air Canada, with the best airline in North America at the SkyTrax World Airline Awards. Thanks to you, our customers. Your service director for this flight. We're pleased to have you with us today. We invite you to relax and enjoy this flight. On today's flight, we're pleased to be of service in English and in French. Once again, welcome aboard. Mesdames, encore une fois, bonsoir. Bienvenue à bord du survol d'Air Canada et du meilleur transporteur aérien en Amérique du Nord à l'occasion des World Airline Awards de SkyTrax. Une distinction obtenue grâce à vous, nos clients. Mon nom est Adrien, je suis votre directeur de bord. Nous sommes heureux de vous accueillir ce soir. Je pense que ce vol sera très agréable. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes heureux de vous servir en français.
hey, look, we restarted the thing.
Boarding requested.
Jazz 607 on our way to Montreal-Trudeau Airport.
Jazz 607, Boston clearance, cleared to Montreal-Trudeau Airport. Highland 7 departure, then is filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 133.0. Squawk 3416.
Cleared to Montreal-Trudeau Airport, Highland 7 departure, then as
Hey,
filed.
somebody's
Climb
flying
via
there.
SID,
Highland
departure
7.
frequency 133.0, squawk
That's probably what we're gonna
3416,
get.
Jazz 607.
Jazz 607, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for push or start.
Ground 121.9er when ready, Jazz
You
607.
want to board crew?
Up an exit. You guys are gonna have to be a little more specific. This.
Passengers boarding started.
We're gonna have to check. Some of these doors are gonna be half open. I don't think we need the service door. Oh, exit 4. What is? Here. Have all the doors. Every door is open, GSX. Watch your step. Alright. What I really need to figure out is how much fuel we need. And I think the fuel stick that's loaded to the regular menu on this plane. What do we need? I don't know. I have no idea how to load fuel in this airplane. I should have probably looked that up beforehand. I don't know if this is the way to do it. It says we have 10,220 pounds currently on board. Does that match up with this? Kind of. Not really. That does seem to have an impact though. So, what I really want though, and I think these are kilograms. Are they kilograms on my flight plan? They are. That's annoying. Alright, so we want 10,000 pounds of fuel. So that's basically where we're just at. That should do it. So with that, let's go turn on our EP. And since we have fuel, I do need to do one thing. There's no way I'm leaving the crash settings on with this airplane.
Brickyard 5757, ready for airways to LaGuardia.
Brickyard 5757, Boston clearance, clear to LaGuardia, SOC 7 departure, then is filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 133.0, squawk 1230.
Clear to LaGuardia, SOC 7 departure, then is filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 133.0, squawk 1230. Brickyard 5757.
Brickyard 5757, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start.
Air Canada 7650.
Ground 121.9er when ready, Brickyard 5757.
Let's see if we can get our flight plan. Okay, received, and then I believe this is going to load it for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain speaking on behalf of the entire crew. It's my pleasure to welcome you on board. This is
Maybe.
sit back, relax, enjoy the service, and thanks for having chosen Air Canada.
Yes, it did. Okay, good.
Alors, détendez-vous, je vous souhaite à tous un très bon moment. Once again, it is Sunshine Command. Good evening. Welcome aboard.
I don't know why Cabby's playing this sound now yet either. I feel like we're not done. We're not ready yet. They're still boarding, I think. Oh no, they're not. Okay.
In English and in French. Once again, welcome aboard. Mission encore une fois, bonsoir, bienvenue à bord du survol d'Air Canada et numéro de transport.
Let's see what, actually, let's see what departure runway and stuff we're going to get.
On a été adresse sur votre directeur de bord. Nous sommes venus vous accueillir ce soir. J'espère que ce vol sera très agréable. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes venus vous servir en
No
français.
resistance to this at all. Weird. Okay. Air Canada 7650, ready to copy IFR clearance to Montreal. With information Foxtrot, I think.
Our flight today will take approximately 50
Air
minutes.
Canada
The weather in Montreal is
7650,
partly cloudy.
Boston clearance,
Please
clear to
remember to keep your
Montreal,
seatbelt
Pierre Elliott
fastened
Trudeau
while
Airport.
seated,
Highland
and
7
whenever the
departure,
seatbelt sign
then
is
is filed.
illuminated.
Climb via SID, departure frequency
Hello and welcome aboard.
133.0.
My name is Mary,
Squawk
and I am the cabin
5426.
crew member on this flight.
course,
As you could hear from our
they won't
captain,
have to start
we are
yapping as
currently
soon as I do
preparing for
this.
departure, and we will be taking off shortly. Please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened and your seat back and tray table are in the upright position. Please turn off all personal electronic devices,
Spec
including
runway
laptops
33
and cell
left,
phones.
Highland 7
Smoking is
departure.
prohibited for the
Departure
duration of
frequency
the flight.
133.0,
If you have any
squawk
questions or need
5426, Air
please don't
Canada
hesitate to ask me or one of my colleagues.
7650.
Negative Highland 7 departure, then is filed and climb via SID.
Highland 7 departure, then is filed, climb via SID, Air Canada 7650.
Air Canada 7650, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when
Shortly
ready
after
for push or
takeoff, we'll
start.
start serving snacks and drinks.
121.9 for
You
when
can
ready
find
for
our
push and
sky
start, Air
menu
Canada
in the seat
7650.
pocket in front of you.
So runway 33 left. It is dry out. Flaps 2, I guess. We'll get the weather. 3025. Yeah, I already said that. Oh, there we go.
Jazz 607, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
There's the begin loading button instant. That I
Contact
should have
Tower
done that. Okay.
128.8,
Good
Jazz
enough.
607.
calculated all of our
Delta
performance stuff.
1067 at gate 15,
which we
request
can
pushback.
send to the MCDU, and it does this in the most...
Pushback approved. Face south.
Like, it's
Pushback
just...
and engine
Look at
start
this.
approved.
That's how it
Face
does it.
south, Delta 1067.
One little bit at a time. I guess it works. It just saves me from having to type it in, I guess. Are we doing 32,000? Yes, we are.
Delta 2265, gate 11, request pushback and engine start.
Delta 2265, Boston ground, pushback and engine start approved, face southwest.
Pushback and engine start approved, face southwest, Delta 2265.
ExecJet 556, ramp 37, request pushback and engine start.
Brickyard 5757, cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie, hold short runway 22 left.
So that's configured.
Cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie.
So I guess GSX is done with everything. We can try to close all the doors. So we've got beyond ATC traffic going.
ExecJet 556, Boston ground, pushback approved, face northeast.
Busy, busy, busy.
Pushback and engine start
closed.
approved, face northeast, ExecJet 556.
Delta 1067, request taxi.
Really wish that they
Delta
just have
1067, runway 33 left, taxi via Kilo Echo 1, Echo Alpha Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 22 right.
Get rid of the jetway.
Runway 33 left, taxi via Kilo Echo 1, Echo Alpha Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 22 right, Delta 1067.
I guess we can't. Can we? It's like, it has a...
Delta 2265, request taxi.
Thank you,
Delta 2265, runway 2 right, taxi via Echo
So,
Bravo November. Hold short runway 33 left.
Runway
we should
22
be
left,
able
taxi
to
via Echo Bravo
disconnect
November.
our
Hold short runway
GPU here
23 left, Delta
without
2265.
any consequences, and that's correct.
Brickyard 5757, cross runway 22 left at Charlie.
That one.
Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 27.
So I think
Cross runway 22 left at Charlie. Continue
that has
taxi
us
via
pretty
Charlie.
much ready to go.
Hold
Let's
short
have a
runway
quick look here
27,
at
Brickyard
our
5757.
Takeoff performance, runway heading. It didn't fill that in, so let me see if I can fill that in.
ExecJet 556, taxi for departure.
ExecJet 556, runway 22 right, taxi via Bravo November. Hold short runway 33 left.
Okay, well that's quite a
Runway
taxi.
22 right, taxi via Bravo November.
So that heading
Hold
is
short runway 33 left,
330.
ExecJet 556.
Hopefully this
ExecJet 556, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, ExecJet 556.
Wind at the moment is 220 at 7. Okay.
ExecJet 556, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, ExecJet 556.
We'll get there. We have our departure. Or do we actually have our departure?
JetBlue 19er at gate 15, request pushback and engine start.
JetBlue 19er, Boston ground, pushback approved, face northwest.
Pushback and engine start approved, face northwest, JetBlue 19er.
Runway.
Brickyard 5757, cross runway 27 at Charlie, continue taxi via
Departure
Charlie.
Highland 7.
Cross runway 27 at Charlie, continue taxi via Charlie, Brickyard
And while we're here, we'll
5757.
do our arrival, which we have filed. We'll see, it might change, but we are going to be expecting runway 24 right, and probably ILS. And the star will be Carter 5 with the P-Bird transition. So now that looks like a...
Delta 1067, cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold
Looks
short
decent.
runway
Let's
22
take a look
left.
at the screen here on the plan.
Cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 22 left, Delta 1067.
This will it change up there?
Brickyard 5757, contact Boston Tower 128.8. Have a good one. Over to tower 128.8, Brickyard 5757.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that. In the air.
JetBlue 19er, request taxi to the active.
JetBlue 19er, runway 33 left taxi via Alpha 1. Bravo Charlie.
We are ready for
Hold
push.
short runway 22 right.
Runway 33 left taxi via Alpha 1. Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 22 right, JetBlue 19er.
ExecJet 556, cross runway 33 left at November. Continue taxi via November.
Cross runway 33 left at November. Continue taxi via November, ExecJet 556.
Air Canada 7650, ready for push and start.
Delta 1067, cross runway 22 left at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 27.
Cross runway 22 left at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 27, Delta 1067.
Air Canada 7650, Boston ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Push and start approved, facing southeast, Air Canada 7650.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Brickyard 5709 at gate 2, request pushback and engine start. Brickyard 5709, Boston ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
The E-Jets are nice looking
Pushback
planes,
approved.
I feel like.
Brickyard 5709.
I quite enjoy the look of them for regional jets.
Bypass
They're
pin
really cool.
inserted.
There's our cabin, so empty. Maybe they can get GSX passengers in there at some point as well, that'd be nice.
ExecJet 556, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
Over to tower 128.8, ExecJet 556, see you.
Delta 2265, cross runway 33 left at November. Continue taxi via November.
Cross runway 33 left at November. Continue taxi via November, Delta 2265.
Delta 1067, cross runway 27 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie.
Cross runway 27 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie, Delta 1067.
Brickyard 4433 at gate 6, request pushback and engine start.
Brickyard 4433, Boston ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west, Brickyard 4433.
Okay.
Commencing push.
Brickyard 5709, ready to taxi to the active.
Let's see.
Brickyard 5709, runway 33 left taxi via Kilo, Echo, Bravo, Charlie. Hold short, runway 22 right. Runway 33 left taxi via
and
Kilo,
rising,
Echo, Bravo,
ignition.
Charlie. Hold short, runway 22 right, Brickyard 5709. Delta 1067, contact Boston Tower 128.8. See you.
Over to tower 128.8, Delta 1067.
ITT rising.
Delta 2265, contact Boston Tower 128.8. Have a good one.
Over to tower 128.8, Delta 2265.
JetBlue 19er, cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short. Runway 22 left.
Cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 22 left, JetBlue 19er.
Brickyard
Engine 1 started, engine
4433.
2
Request
ignition.
taxi to the active.
Brickyard 4433, runway 33 left taxi via Echo, Bravo, Charlie. Hold short
Oh,
runway
that guy's going to have
22
to
right.
wait behind us. So let's see.
Runway
Beyond
33
ATC
left
should be
taxi
managing
via
this.
Echo,
That guy
Bravo,
should
Charlie.
stop and wait for
Hold
us.
short runway 22 right. Brickyard 4433.
And I say should because it doesn't look like he's... Oh, I take it back. They just stopped pretty quickly.
As we explore all that Canada has to offer.
Engine no takeoff data.
Joignez-vous à nous pour explorer tout ce que le Canada peut offrir.
The We lose. Oh, it did wipe out our. Okay, let me.
JetBlue 19er, cross runway 22 left
send
at
that over
Charlie.
again.
Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 27.
Like I wonder. I think that went away when I added the departure and stuff. Yeah, so it's
Continue
gonna
taxi
re-enter
via
that.
Charlie. Hold short runway 27, JetBlue 19er.
Prévision du décollage, prenez soin de vous asseoir confortablement, de redresser le dossier de votre siège et de ranger la tablette.
You must wear your seatbelt when the seatbelt sign has
United 593 request taxi to assigned gate.
is turned off.
United 593, gate Bravo 30 taxi via Mike Foxtrot. Hold short runway 22 right.
Gate Bravo 30
There
taxi
we go.
via
Now we
Mike
have
Foxtrot.
our
Hold short
speeds.
runway 22 right, United 593.
Attachez votre ceinture et ajustez-la autour de vos hanches. Pour la détacher, soulevez la partie supérieure de la boucle ou
It's just
appuyez sur
adjusting
le
it
bouton
all.
de dégagement.
Should be good here in a moment. We should be able to now turn off our APU.
Seatbelt and no smoking.
United 593, cross runway 22 right at Foxtrot. Continue taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Consigne de ceinture et d'interdiction.
Cross runway 22 right at Foxtrot.
All right.
Continue taxi via Foxtrot Alpha, United
It's
593.
set to climb via SID. Let me just look that up. What that looks like.
Pier 811, gate 32, request pushback and engine start.
Probably 4,000 is our
Boston
initial
ground, pushback and engine start approved.
altitude.
Face north.
Pushback and engine start approved, face north, KAIR 811.
JetBlue 19er, cross runway 27 at Charlie. Continue taxi via
We
Charlie.
will want
Cross runway 27 at Charlie. Continue
flaps
taxi
2.
via Charlie,
I don't have
JetBlue
detents on
19er.
here, so I have to look over a bit.
Do not
That's
move
flaps
your
2.
seat or try to retrieve it yourself, as it poses a fire hazard.
Auto
Notify
brake to
your cabin crew
RTO.
immediately to ensure the safe
Make sure we
retrieval
have the
Throttle.
Si votre appareil électronique glisse dans votre siège,
Throttle.
ne bougez pas votre siège et n'essayez pas de le récupérer au risque d'un incendie. Avertissez immédiatement le personnel
Okay,
de cabine
guess it's
afin
armed.
qu'il le récupère en toute sécurité.
We'll see. Alright. Let's go for taxi. Air Canada 7650 ready for taxi.
Place your feet flat on the floor and top of head.
Air Canada 7650, runway 33 left taxi via Echo, Bravo Charlie. Hold short, runway 22
Grasp
right.
your ankles or wrap your arms under your legs.
Taxi to runway 33 left via Echo, Bravo, Charlie. Hold short runway 22 right, Air Canada 7650.
Ou bien, penchez-vous et appuyez votre tête et votre
JetBlue 19er, contact
I gotta
Boston
find a
Tower
different setting for
128.8.
my force feedback yield.
Contact tower 128.8, JetBlue
Oh,
19er.
it's not.
The illustrated card in your seat pocket or
KAIR 811, request taxi.
the many safety features of this
KAIR
aircraft.
811, runway 22 right taxi via Alpha
Well,
November.
let's
Hold short runway 33
taxi
left.
and then we will see what.
Runway 22 right taxi via Alpha November. Hold short runway 33 left, KAIR 811.
KAIR 811, hold position for traffic.
Leave your baggage
Hold
behind.
position, KAIR
Follow the
811.
seat-mounted lighting to the nearest emergency exit.
So we are
Évacuez l'avion, laissez vos bagages
taxiing
à
Echo,
bord.
Bravo, Charlie.
Siège,
Hold short 22 right. Okay, so we're going over there.
Avianca 445, Boston ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
There are 4 exits located on each side of the aircraft.
start approved.
All of these are indicated by a green exit sign. Please locate the
KAIR
one nearest
811, continue
Il y
taxi.
a 4 issues de secours.
Continue
chaque
taxi,
côté.
KAIR 811.
Chacune d'elles est indiquée par une enseigne verte. Veuillez repérer celle qui est la plus près de vous.
If the cabin pressure changes, an
Right,
oxygen
this is why I
mask
hate
or a tab will
using
drop from
anything
the panel above
without
you.
hardware.
Remain seated. Pull the mask or the tab to bring the
So
mask
you can't use the
towards
mouse
you.
wheel in here
Use
without
the support strap to hold the mask over
weird
your
things
mouth
happening.
and nose and breathe normally.
Taxi's
Always secure
pretty
your own
decent.
mask before assisting another person.
Si la pression de la cabine change, un masque à oxygène ou une languette tombera du panneau au-dessus de vous. Restez assis, tirez le masque ou la languette pour amener le masque vers vous. Utilisez la bande élastique pour maintenir le masque sur votre nez et votre bouche et respirez normalement. Mettez toujours votre masque avant d'aider quelqu'un.
If there is an emergency landing on water, reach for the pouch under the
These
seat
guys had
or
to
the
wait
side
for
of
us.
the
I think those are also
Releasing the
E-Jets.
last command if required.
Okay, so
En cas
Bravo
d'amérissage
is left here.
d'urgence, prenez la pochette de gilet de sauvetage sous le siège ou près du repose-jambe. Retirez la bande élastique au besoin.
Pull out the life vest from the pouch. Slip it on. Fasten the waist clip.
Avianca 445, request
Pulling
taxi.
the tab will inflate the life vest.
Air Canada 7650, cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 22 left.
Sortez le gilet de la pochette.
Cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 22 left. Air Canada 7650.
Gonflez votre gilet qu'au moment de quitter l'avion.
KAIR 811, cross runway 33 left at November. Continue taxi via November.
Please let one of us
Cross
know.
runway 33 left at November. Continue taxi via November, care 811.
Thank you for choosing to
Avianca 445, runway 22 right, taxi via Zulu.
Taxis,
Bravo,
when
November.
throttles are at
Hold
idle,
short, runway 33 left.
Pretty quick. So we can
Runway
cross
2,
this
2
runway.
right taxi via Zulu, Bravo, November. Hold short, runway 33 left, Avianca
And
445.
with Beyond ATC handling the traffic, this should be safe to do. Whereas any other traffic injection, you just never know what's coming down the runway. But from what I can see left and right on my other triple screens, it looks clear. No idea, the FMS is still looking, and the FMC is looking a little bit worse for wear. I don't know how to get it to go to Toga. Not Toga, even just to get it to go. Is it just because the flight directors aren't on? No. That's not it.
Throttle.
Brickyard 4433, hold position for company traffic. I'll call you back.
To look at this
Hold
here.
position for traffic. Brickyard 4433.
We should have some stuff in here.
Care 811, contact Boston Tower 128.8. Take care.
Over to Tower 128.8, care 811.
Air Canada 7650, cross runway 22 left at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 27.
Cross runway 22 left at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 27. Air Canada 7650.
Brickyard 5709, cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 22 left. Cross runway 22 right at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway 22 left. Brickyard 5709.
Those are the same instructions. That's the plane back there behind us. It's really cool how it's actually managing it. It's doing a really good job.
Cross runway 33 left at November. Continue taxi via November, Avianca 445.
Brickyard 5643, gate 7, request pushback and engine start.
Brickyard 5643, Boston ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Pushback approved, face southeast, Brickyard
Now, it is an RNAV
5643.
departure. We might just be able to do
Brickyard 4433,
LNAV
continue taxi.
and...
Continue taxi Brickyard 4433.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Brickyard 5842, gate 9er, request pushback.
Brickyard 5842, Boston ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Yeah, so
Pushback
we'll be
approved,
flying with
face west, Brickyard
flight level
5842.
change, which is over there. We'll just... we will see.
Delta 408 Heavy, request taxi to allocated gate.
Delta 408 Heavy, gate Alpha 14 taxi via Papa. Echo Mike Kilo.
Gate Alpha 14 taxi via Papa, Echo Mike Kilo, Delta 408 Heavy.
Hold short this runway.
Air Canada 7650, cross runway 27 at Charlie, continue taxi via Charlie.
Cross runway 27 at Charlie, continue taxi via Charlie, Air Canada 7650.
Avianca 445, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
Over to Tower 128.8, Avianca 445.
Brickyard 5643, ready to taxi to the active.
Brickyard 5643, runway 33 left taxi via Echo, Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 22 right.
Runway tree, left taxi via Echo, Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 2 right. Brickyard 5643.
Look on the overhead, everything is dark and or in the 12th
5842,
position, so
request
we are
taxi.
looking pretty good.
Brickyard 5842, runway 33 left taxi via Echo, Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 22 right.
Runway tree, left taxi via Echo, Bravo Charlie. Hold short runway 2 right, Brickyard 5842.
Air Canada 7650, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
Tower 128.8, Air Canada 7650. I think that freighter over there just turned on a dime. Tower, Air Canada 7650, holding short runway 33 left, ready for departure.
Air Canada 7650, Boston Tower, wind 235 at 7, or nav to tech, runway 33 left, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 33 left, Air Canada 7650. Okay. So,
Avianca 445, contact Boston departure. Have a
let's
good
see
one.
if autothrottle will engage when I go to...
Contact Boston departure, Avianca 445.
When I get the engines moving here. Because at some point, so it's stable, and then they should just it should just engage. Yep, there it went. Auto throttle, okay. So we still don't have a flight director. That's what the problem is here. I don't know why. Or maybe that's coming. I feel like there should be a flight director now. But nice smooth rotation. Okay. Gear up. Still no flight director bars though. There they are. I don't know why we didn't have them before. So we have LNAV. What we don't have is any sort of altitude thing, so...
Air Canada 7650, contact Boston departure.
Boston departure, Air Canada 7650. Departure, Air Canada 7650, climbing to 4,000 feet on the Highland 7 departure.
Air Canada 7650, Boston departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 16,000.
Climb and maintain 16,000, Air Canada 7650.
JetBlue 1118, contact Boston Tower 128.8 CU. Over to Tower 128.8, JetBlue 1118.
Just autopilot so that I can look at the speed, because the speeds are always a little weird on this one, so it should be... FMS speeds. There we go. Oh yeah, it's because the flaps haven't gone up yet. Yes, there we go. You gotta catch it. You gotta catch it. Get the speed up. There we go. Maybe.
Delta 400, leave Lowland heading 035. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 22 left.
There we go, now we've got
Leave
nice
Lowland
FMS
heading
speed.
035. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 22 left. Delta 400.
They're nice interior cameras like this one. This looks really pretty.
Delta 400, turn right heading 020. Vectors for the approach.
Not a lot of external
Turn right
cameras.
heading 020, Delta 400.
And I never see the landing holes. Like, where are they? They should still be on. See, I can see them on the side of the airplane. It's like the fuselage, but not. I guess it's maybe just too bright.
Boston Delta 744, 16,700 feet with information India.
We will be starting our in-flight service shortly.
Leave
You
BBOG
can find our
heading
sky menu
275.
in the
Expect
seat
radar
pocket in front
vectors
of
for
you.
visual approach runway 33 left. Leave BBOG heading 275. Expect radar vectors for visual approach. Runway 33 left. JetBlue 218. Delta 400, turn right, heading 040. Intercept the 22 left localizer, descend, maintain 4,400 feet.
Things are looking good, actually. It's climbing pretty well.
Turn right, heading 040. Intercept the 22 left localizer, descend. Maintain 4,400 feet. Altimeter 3025, Delta 400. JetBlue 218, turn left, heading 300. Descend and maintain 2,000, altimeter 3025. Vectors for the approach. Expect further clearance in about 19 miles. Turn left, heading 300. Descend and maintain 2,000, altimeter 3025, JetBlue 218. Delta 744, Boston approach.
I gotta assign these to my hardware so I can make the displays brighter.
Approach, runway 22
it's not too bad for me because I have them popped out and I can see them better.
Altimeter 3025, expect a visual approach. Runway 22 left, Delta 744.
So far this is working pretty well. For some reason, I don't know why the flight director doesn't have a light on there, on the control panel there. It's really annoying because it should have been there.
4286.
I also thought, I gotta check, I thought there was a setting to have the
radar vectors for visual
different
approach,
type of flight director.
Lead BBOG heading 275, expect radar vectors for visual approach, runway 33 left, Brickyard 4286.
Delta 400 Airport is at your 1 o'clock 14 miles.
No, I guess
Report
not.
the field in sight. Field in sight, Delta 400. Delta 400, cleared visual approach, runway 22 left. Cleared visual approach 22 left.
I also
Delta
turned on the
400.
co-pilot somewhere, but it did not...
Brickyard 4286, turn left, heading 290, descend, maintain 2000, altimeter 3025. Vectors for the approach.
Ah, I hate that menu so
Turn
much.
left, heading 290, descend, maintain 2000, altimeter 3025, Brickyard 4286.
I only put it there because in VR, flow is no good. So.
Boston, Brickyard 5709, good day, 1,300.
Delta 400, contact Boston Tower 128.8. Over to Tower 128.8,
Hello,
Delta
Mr.
400.
Shawnee from Australia. You're about to buy 2020.
Boston departure, radar contact, climb and maintain
So
15,000 feet.
I own it on the Microsoft Store, even though I have nothing related to Xbox, and you can still get all the same mods. All the updates and downloads are still done through the game itself, so it's, you know, it really doesn't matter. But the Microsoft Store performance is kind of crappy, so if you may want to stick with Steam. You still have access to files if you get them from Microsoft, but they are encrypted. It doesn't really hinder anything. But if there's no preference one way or the other, then just go with Steam. I think in retrospect I would have done that, but I first got it through Game Pass, so I was stuck with that one. Center on 133.325, Air Canada 7650.
We'd like to remind you that we accept card payments as well as cash.
Boston Center, Air Canada 7650, climbing to 16,000.
Please remain seated while we serve you.
Air Canada
if you need
7650,
anything,
Boston
please
Center,
don't
climb,
hesitate
maintain
to
flight
ask
level
one of our
320.
cabin crew members. Thank you.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Air Canada 7650. Yeah, no worries, man. I think you're gonna love it. I absolutely love this sim. I love and hate it because it has some occasional issues. So why is my... This is, speaking of issues, it's weird. We should be going faster than 210. I don't know why it's got us climbing so slow. We are way past 10,000 feet. I forgot my landing lights. We should be speeding up. Probably to like 290. I need to check if there was something in here that's maybe not configured. Performance, climb. 270. Alright, fine, 270. But I don't know why I didn't get that from... Don't know why when it's set to FMS it doesn't do that by itself. Well, now it does. I don't know. Good evening, Adis2. Oh, I had... Mine was also an impulse decision, if I'm honest. But it was back in 2020 when it first came out, and I was like, I think I'm going to enjoy this. And then I bought a yoke. And then I bought throttles. And then I bought this and that. And then the other thing. And now I have tons and tons of stuff, which is why I also fight with it sometimes, because I have so much stuff. But I also wouldn't...
Air Canada 7650, contact Boston Center 128.325.
Boston Center on 128.325, Air Canada 7650. Boston Center, Air Canada 7650, climbing to flight level 320. I forget how, but there is a way to turn off some of these details.
Air Canada 7650, Boston Center, roger.
Oh, there we go. I think we need all the airports on here. We don't need all the nav aids either. Maybe we'll leave the airports. Oh, that's a lot. Need the nav aids? Need the nav aids. Yeah, I have yet to get bored with regular FlightSim, but honestly, it's an acquired thing. Like, it's not for everybody, right? Like, I really enjoy setting up the airplane. I really enjoy learning it, understanding how all the systems work. Not to the like detail level of where the hydraulic pumps pump the hydraulic fuel and stuff like that, but I want to know what the proper procedures are for getting the plane started and pushing back and having air traffic control and all that stuff. So I have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, start slow. You can always add on to it, right? If you really fall in love with it, you add more things. So anything but mouse and keyboard is is a good start. Alright, well, so far the experience here is not too bad. Why are you flashing out? Is there a reason for that? Is the other side, which I can't see because it's too... Oh, okay. It's not synced. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it does sound... It does look easy from the outside, but once you learn it, like, every plane is essentially the same, so it's pretty cool. You went from a desk to a work-in-progress A320 cockpit? Are you building an A320 cockpit at home? Because that'd be pretty cool. And I wouldn't blame you at all. I built like a mini cockpit. It's not really a full cockpit, but I built a... I did build a pretty healthy triple screen setup. Oh, nice. What are you going with for that, for the FCU and the EFIS, for the A320? I have an FCU Mini, or Mini FCU, for when I fly Airbuses, but I also have cockpit simulator stuff, EFIS and MCP for my my Boeing things. Does that work now? But on the Airbus side, I don't know. I feel like Cockpit Simulator is the best of them, but also the most expensive. But there's some real affordable Airbus hardware out there these days, which is pretty cool. Oh, the Scarlarchy, yes, okay. That seems to be a good middle ground. They make a lot of stuff. So you've basically bought a whole bunch of stuff already. You're all set to go. I assume you're going to be running SPAD then, which I run for all my stuff. That's pretty exciting then. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, it's something you build on, right? You start with one thing and then you add something else, and at some point you'll piece it all together. It's a cool hobby. It's an expensive hobby, but it's also, I think it's a really cool hobby. It's very quiet in the back of the cabin here. And there's nobody sitting there. They really need to have more passengers inside. They really do. So I think this is a relatively short flight because my goal was to land by the top of the hour by 9 o'clock Pacific time. So it's a pretty straightforward flight, just one straight leg here and then down into the arrival. So we'll be fully at the mercy of Beyond ATC to tell us when to descend and all that stuff. Oh, that's cool. I built a pedestal out of wood and a glare shield kind of this summer. I had some time off from work, and that's kind of what I built. And I'm not like a woodworker at all, so I had to learn a lot of stuff, but it was fun. And now what I've built I'm really happy with, because like my setup is, I didn't build it after any specific airplane because I fly so many different ones. So I was basically like, I have all these devices. I want to have, you know, 2 big screens in front of me, my FIP gauges, my switches, and autopilot stuff all there in front of me. That's kind of like a Frankenstein of a glare shield that's got pieces of Boeing, pieces of Airbus, pieces of, you know, general aviation airplanes. And then my side pedestal, it's got, you know, the radio stack and my Bravo throttle and my CDU and another screen that's a touch screen. So it doesn't resemble any one plane, but it doesn't have to, right? Like, I just wanted something that would fit all my stuff.
Contact Boston Center 134.7, take care.
134.7, Air Canada 7650, see ya. Boston Center, Air Canada 7650, climbing through flight level 277 for flight level 320.
Air Canada 7650, Boston Center, roger.
Yeah, and it's also fun to do it that way. I do have a photo. Let me see if I can figure out the best way to post that in here. It's just, you can build your own thing. You're not limited by anything. Plus, you get a little bit of experience doing that, which is always fun. Okay, hold on, I can't see the chat for a second. I gotta see, I have no idea if this, the link is going to work. Yeah, I guess it will.
Boston Center, Care 440, 11,800.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be
Center,
like,
roger.
you know, it's something you built yourself, and it will be exactly the way that you want it, as opposed to having, you know, like something that looks exactly like a Cessna 172, which is cool. Like, if that's what you're learning, like a lot of people do flight sim because they want to train on a specific airplane. In that case, yeah, by all means, you know, build it exactly so you have what you'll be having in the real plane. But if you're building your own thing, one of the coolest things about FlightSim is that you're not tied to a specific airplane. You know, you can fly a helicopter one day, then a dual engine turboprop, and then a 747, and then a business jet, and then a regional jet, and then Airbus and Boeing. Like you have all the choices in the world. So your hardware should, I think, your hardware should work with all those things as much as possible. That's why SPAD is such a great piece of software, that you can take, you know, a specific device that's maybe designed for an A320, and you can make it work with a 747 or a G1000 inside of a Beaver float plane or something, you know.
Care 440 cleared direct talk. Resume own navigation.
Yeah, give it a try. I don't know if the bot's going to let you post a link, but give it a shot.
Care 440.
Clear direct talk. That's funny. That's top of cruise. That's not a waypoint, but Beyond ATC doesn't seem to know that. Alright, we're leveling off at flight level 320, and then it's probably going to be... Well, I mean, where is our talk? Or our Todd, rather. Oh, it's just behind Pittsburgh. Oh, P-Burg. That's Pittsburgh. Okay. Alright, we got a... What is it, 50? Yeah, we have about 50... 75 miles before we start descending, I think. So far on the climb, once we got the speed stuff, still seems a little bit wonky. I gotta look at that. I have to watch another video about that and see how you're supposed to properly use it between FMS speed and manual speed. For the approach, it's all going to be manual speed anyway, so that'll be fine. Otherwise, the climb was pretty flawless. That didn't look like that worked, but let me see if there's something to... if I can get into the mod view. I assume that didn't work, because it just put the 3 asterisks there. Yeah, I guess it doesn't let you paste that. Can you put it in, like, without, like,
Air Canada
replacing a dot with, like,
7650,
DOT or
contact
something?
Boston Center 135.7.
Trick it. 135.7, Air Canada 7650. Boston Center, Air Canada 7650, good evening, at flight level 320.
Air Canada 7650, Boston Center, roger.
I spent all this time customizing my hardware for this plane earlier, and I think I got everything working. The only thing that I really need to do still is the lights. Which, while we're cruising, I might take a quick look and see. Look at SPAD. It's not.
Boston Center, Jazz 860, good day, descending via Carter 5, 12,300.
Jazz 860, Boston Center, roger.
Interesting. Where did my X-Touch go? I thought it was... Not on this computer. I'm guessing it lost its connection somehow. Yeah, there we go. I can do that one. Let me try that. 1 second.
KR21, contact Boston Center 134.7.
Contact Boston Center 134.7, KR21, see you.
There we go. I'm looking at it now. Dude, that's awesome. Having that that glare shield like that is so cool. And I mean, it definitely looks like a definitely looks like an Airbus A320 cockpit. It's even got the CYUL and everything there. That's very cool. Yeah, the biggest challenge with honestly, the biggest challenge with building home cockpits and Flight Simulator 2020 is two things. You got to pop out all these displays, which really impacts performance quite a bit, and then just having all the devices connected to USB. Like, it takes a lot of USB ports, and most USB hubs are not really capable of supporting that, so you have to get like an extension card for the inside of the PC and stuff. But it's very cool. I am jealous of that properly designed glare shield that you've got going there. It's very cool. 120.35 Air Canada 7650. Center Air Canada 7650, flight level 320. Yeah, that's cool.
Air Canada 7650.
Oh, the cable mentioned, I'm sure, is a pain. But that doesn't matter. It's hidden by something so neat. I would love it if you... So I stream Flight Simulator every Thursday from 7 to 9 o'clock in the evening Pacific time on this channel. If you come back next week, I'd love to see updates of how you're doing this over the next few weeks. Be very interested. It's very cool.
Contact Montreal Center 132.85, Jazz 9.
And you're only in high school, so that's quite the project. Good for you.
Boston Center, Sunwing 6545, descending via Carter 5, flight level 270.
Now,
Sunwing 6545, Boston Center, roger.
I wonder if this thing auto-tunes ILSs yet. It didn't in the videos that I watched, but that was a year-old video, so it has currently got nav 111.9. That is auto-tuned. Okay, and the course 237, so it does auto-tune ILSs now. That's cool. Very good. I do have a Discord. Actually, I have a Discord for a
Ladies
VA.
and gentlemen, we are now starting our in-flight
If you're ever
shopping
interested in
service.
joining
Today, we
a
have
VA
special
or the
offer.
Pilot Club.
If you buy 2 perfumes,
I fly for
you will
Canada
get a
Air
10%
Virtual.
discount on the
We're
third one.
very
On this flight, we
very
highly
few
recommend
rules.
the latest fragrances from our collection.
We use this
You can find our shopping catalog in the seat pocket.
this ACAR system here, so it's tracking my
we
flight.
accept card payments as well as cash.
So you're welcome to join that, or if you want to just hang out at the Pilot Club Discord, I can put links in for both if you are interested. In fact, let me do that before I have to start thinking about any kind of descending here. And at Canada Air Virtual, we also do group flights together every Friday night. So that's that address there, just in case you are interested. The other one is not so much a VA, though they do have one as well. It's called the Pilot Club, and that's a much bigger organization. They have lots of on my keyboard. Go away, keyboard. They have lots of pilots, lots of events, lots of VATSIM stuff.
Expect Carter 5, runway 24 right.
Yeah, let's do that. Expect runway 24 right, Carter 5 arrival, Air Canada 7650. Okay, so that is, just double check, that is what we have programmed in. Just to confirm. Yep. Oh, we have to figure this out yet. We'll see. I don't know how we get to that, actually. Yeah, it has no constraints in it. That's one thing it can't do very well, apparently. Center, Air Canada 7650, we are ready for descent anytime.
Air Canada 7650, Carter 5, runway 24 right, descend to 18,000 feet, altimeter tree 019er.
Descent to 18,000 feet, altimeter 3019er, Air Canada 7650. Alright, let's try...
Endeavour 5263, altimeter tree 019er, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 24 right.
Altimeter tree 019er, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 24 right, Endeavour 5263.
That should balance out here in a second. We're early on this descent, but I don't mind.
Boston Center, Jazz
be as far ahead of this airplane as I can. I've only flown it 2 or 3 times, and the last time I flew it was over a year ago.
Roger.
Oh, that's a cool shot. Yeah, so with Canada Air, we do a group flight every Friday night. We call it IFR Fridays. So it's always like about an hour-and-a-half long IFR flight. So in an airliner, so your A320 cockpit would fit perfectly. And the Pilot Club does a bunch of other events. I never have time for them. They do them on Eastern time, and it never works with my schedule. But they are quite a bit bigger, so if you want like big group flights with like 20 people or something, that's the way to go there. Okay. Cool. Minimums will be 306, so we'll go with 310. We could look at... I mean, it's not going to follow any constraints anyway. There's no mountains here. We're not going to worry about it. ATC cleared us to 18,000, so we'll just follow them. Usually ATC gives those kind of instructions based on any potential limitations anyway. It's an ILS that will take us away. The arrival takes us away from the airport, and then we'll be vectored onto the ILS, so we also have a lot of room to adjust here if we have some sort of issue with...
Air Canada 7650, altimeter tree 019er. Expect radar vectors for ILS, runway 24 right.
Expect radar vectors for ILS 24 right, altimeter 3019er, Air Canada 7650.
Sunwing 6545, altimeter tree 019er. Expect radar vectors for ILS, runway 24 right.
Altimeter tree 019er, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 24 right.
My Discord,
ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our descent into Montreal. Please follow the instructions of the cabin crew as we prepare for landing. Thank you.
And that was my voice created by AI in a program called Cabby, which I highly recommend. It's really cool. You only fly VATSIM in Europe, so American VATSIM seems a bit scary. Yeah, that's why I like the VA flights, because we don't use VATSIM. We just use the multiplayer in the group, and it's more relaxed, more chill.
Endeavour 5263, contact Montreal Center 132.85, take care.
Contact Montreal Center 132.85, Endeavour 5263.
I don't know if it's going to get me below 11,000 by FDOT. That's what I'm supposed to be. That's only 12 miles away. That doesn't seem likely. 8 miles away? Yeah, we're definitely going to be high. but I guess that's okay. I do like this livery too, actually. It's really nice. And the E-Jets are actually, they're such sleek looking airplanes. I really love that. They look so modern. They look really cool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he's got the full thing. That's really neat. 3019er, the altimeter. Okay, they didn't clear me to descend via the anything, so I guess I'll wait.
Canada 7650, contact Montreal Center 132.85, take care.
132.85, Air Canada 7650. Go slow down a bit then. Montreal Center, Air Canada 7650 at 18,000 feet.
Air Canada 7650, Montreal Center identified. Air Canada 7650, descend to 3,000 feet, altimeter 3019er.
Descend to 3,000 feet, altimeter 3019er, Air Canada 7650. Alright, that's... Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, 3,000. I really hope that they get the VNAV in soon, just because it's so much, it would be a lot easier on these approaches. Now, how do I get... Oh, activate approach speed? No, I don't want to do that yet. I'll do the speed myself, thank you very much. I would like to, though. I would like to. Figure out what our landing speeds should be. How do I do that? Landing initialized. Here we go. Okay, runway heading 237. I don't know if there's a way to do that from the EFB. The landing temperature currently in Montreal, it is 19 degrees Celsius. Wind is variable at 2, so let's just call it 2 at 2. No ice. There we go. Now we've got our speeds. Excellent. You could still fly it though. That's the thing. Like if you use a program like spat.next, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but you must be, because you're gonna have to use that almost. It's almost a necessity. Like you'll be able to program all that stuff to use PMDG controls. Absolutely. I have a 737 MCP and I have an Airbus A320 FCU. But I could use them both for the other, and I use the 727 MCP for the 787 and the 777, and in fact I'm using it right now in the E-Jet. So you can totally use that with SPAT. You'll have the ability to program all kinds of cool stuff. This is a really neat view into Montreal down there. We're actually going to fly along the river, past the city, and then circle back. So you'll still be able to fly it. Like it's not going to look as realistic as it was in real Airbus, but who cares? The only way to get around that otherwise would be to have like one room for each type of airplane, and unless you're a billionaire. Yeah, it doesn't feel right, that's true. Like I have a yoke that I use for a lot of planes, and then I have the Airbus side stick as well that I use for the Airbus. The nice thing about that is the side stick goes on the side and the yoke stays in the center, so it kind of works together. It's not perfect by any means, that is very much true, but man, we are so high on the altitude here, 10,000, we should be should be below 4,000 at Sildo. Don't think we're going to get to that. We might. I'm going to hit speed brakes a little bit and we can see if we can descend a bit faster here. Because Sildo will also be max 210 knots, so we're just going to have to try to get the boards out and slow down as much as possible. Really making us descend any faster, interestingly enough. Boot 284. Hello. We are in flight level change, so theoretically, with the speed brake out, should be descending a bit faster, but so let's see, we're going to be flying heading here after Kurdu. So I'm probably just going to put us in heading mode right now so that we can fly the vectors that we're going to get. And then hopefully we will be able to actually capture the localizer at glide slope. So Lana is 3,000. Okay. It's roughly in that direction. Oh, I forgot the landing lights. I'm gonna get dinged for that on my PIREP. And we're also going way too fast, so let's slow down. 210. Good thing is we already have the localizer showing up here. Like the light blue line, that's our localizer, so we should be all set. We should really just have to swing it around when we get the vectors, and then I think we just hit approach mode and it should switch us over and capture. We'll see.
Air Canada 7650, leave Omval heading 045. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 24 right.
Expect radar vectors run ILS 24 right, leave Omval at heading 045, Air Canada 7650. So we've kind of, because for some reason we were missing the Omval waypoint, we've kind of already done that. We are flying more or less the direction that they'll want us to, and Beyond ATC I think is pretty good at recognizing where we're going and then just adjusting.
Air Canada 7650, turn left heading 045, vectors for the approach.
Left turn 045, Air Canada 7650. It figured out we weren't flying 045 and told us to fix it. And let's slow down to 180. Quick look, I don't know where the approach speed will show up, so our VREF is 135 and approach is 140, okay. I suspect it'll show up in the left side on the speed tape, but I'm not certain. So.
Air Canada 7650, turn left heading 340.
Left 340, Air Canada 7650. The one thing this airplane can do is it can fly headings, so when you have Beyond ATC giving you those headings, then that's immensely helpful.
Air Air Canada 7650, 12 miles from Lona, turn left, heading 275. Maintain 3,000 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS runway 24 right.
Turn left heading 275, maintain 3,000 unestablished until final approach course, cleared ILS 24 right, Air Canada 7650. So, once we see the localizer in the glide slope, we will switch to approach. Now, it didn't vector us perfectly to that. I don't know if I can do a direct to in this. I'm not going to try, because it'll probably take me too long. Yeah, I don't know how to do that in here, so not going to mess with it. We'll just vector ourselves to Lana, and we'll intercept the localizer ourselves, which should be pretty straightforward. In fact, I don't see a glide slope indicator yet. Flaps 1 here. While we're at it, auto brake, we'll go with high just because I don't recall how well this thing brakes. I'm going to try activating approach. Nothing's happened. Oh, there we go. Now it is showing localizer and glide slope is armed. Okay, good. I think we were too far away. Hi, Lily Cat. Oh, so are you from the UK originally then, Adis? That would explain why you're flying in Europe a lot. Okay, so now we are shifting sideways to get to the localizer. I hope. Otherwise it is really going to screw things up for us. Let's slow down some more. It says we have captured the localizer, and we are. I mean, yeah, it looks about right. Oh, it is hazy in Montreal, huh? And let's do flaps 2. Yep, I see the approach speed and I see the ref. I will check the image after I've landed, because I got to copy and paste and stuff. But I will check it out. I'll probably check it after the stream, actually. So here comes the localizer. We should be swinging back to the left. Okay, it's doing a pretty good job anticipating it. And we'll intercept the glide slope. Not at Lana. We're quite a ways out, I guess. It will be at Omeki, which is not in this FMS for some reason. Not in the computer. But I can see it now. There's our glide slope right there, so that's good. Barrels are set. We've got landing lights on. Flaps 2 at the moment. Next will be flaps 3 and gear down. We'll be landing with flaps 5. And yeah, everything's looking pretty good. We can capture the glide slope. Will be golden. Yeah. Move across the globe like that is always not easy, but it's cool that you're going to be able to get to rebuild a cockpit at home with some really cool things. So did your friend build that, or did you build the actual like glare shield, like the actual firewall where the panels are going to go? Did you make that, or did he do that? I wish you could buy one of those. I would have bought one of those. But I mean, you can, but not for anything other than ridiculous prices. Okay. Flaps 3 and gear in preparation for the glide slope here. keep the speed up at this for now.
Air Canada 7650, contact Montreal Tower 124.3.
Tower 124.3, Air Canada 7650. Like the whole panel, I don't mean the electronics, I just mean the actual, like, the wall, essentially, that everything goes into. They sell that too? I didn't know that. Oh, hello! Alright, beyond ATC, you probably should be dealing with that a little bit better. That's interesting. Also surprising we didn't get a TCAS warning. I guess it doesn't have that working. We did capture the glide slope though, so we are looking really, really good. We are flying slower than we should, but that's because I'm doing everything way early. Tower Air Canada 7650 inbound ILS 24 right at 2,300 feet.
Air Canada 7650, Montreal Tower, wind variable, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 24 right, Air Canada 7650, merci. They sell the MIP with 0 supports, just a grey panel with holes in it. Oh, that's... how much did that cost? I hate to ask even, but that's cool. That's neat. I mean, I built a thing, but that's cool. What do we got? Flaps 3 right now. Still got 5 miles to go. Interesting. Nowhere here am I seeing the distance on this ILS, like how much distance is remaining. Alright, time to slow down some more. Flaps 4. Runway is in sight, though it is hazy as hell. Oh, that's not, 70... Yeah, I mean, $700 for a piece of wood, essentially, is a lot, but it could be worse. Just the empty panel, yeah. It's not bad. There are things that are so much more ridiculously priced. It's not the prettiest approach here on the landing here, but I do like the advertisement on top of this building, YKK. That's, I don't know what kind of business it is, but it's obviously some sort of business. Okay, we are set, right? Flaps 5, everything is good to go. I think it is. I think I want to hand fly this once I see the poppies. Autopilot off. Okay, actually hand fly's pretty decent.
Minimums. Sink rate.
I say
Sink
that
rate,
as it yells at me.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Throttle.
My landing rates are pretty hard, but you know what? We got it on the runway, and we got the reversers working.
Air Canada 7650, exit left next available taxiway.
Exit left next available taxiway, Air Canada 7650. There's that airplane up there that overtook us. Yeah, reusing and recycling is good. Especially because there's actually a lot of used stuff in this hobby, because lots of people will buy something or build something and then they upgrade at some point, so they'll have something left over, right? Alright, relatively hard landing aside. I don't mind
Flare
that.
1100 holding short. Runway 24 right.
This plane.
Flare 1100, runway 24 right. Line up and wait.
Line up and wait. Runway 24 right. Flare 1100.
Air Canada 7650, clear of active runway.
Air Canada 7650 did not copy. Flare 1100, Montreal Tower, wind variable, fly heading 280, runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 280, runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff, flare 1100.
Air Canada 7650, contact ground 121.9er.
Ground 121.9er, Air Canada 7650. Get the APU going. Ground Air Canada 7650, request taxi to assigned gate.
Air Canada 7650, gate 32, taxi at pilot's discretion.
That's still broken. That's weird. Gate 32, taxi at pilot's discretion, Air Canada 7650.
Brickyard 629, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Oh, straight
Hold
ahead.
position, Brickyard 629.
Easy. But for some reason, I thought they fixed this, that this taxi at discretion should, I don't know.
Doors will be open
It's weird because it's giving the
Please
other
remember
ATC
to
instructions.
take all your personal belongings with you. Make sure you have everything you brought.
Facebook is a hidden gem. Yeah, that's right. I think because a lot of people, I mean, I'm in my 40s now, but a lot of the folks that are selling stuff are a bit older, and Facebook is still a very useful tool for them. But yeah, I bet there are a lot of scammers. Some of the stuff is not cheap. So, the nice thing is, if you can buy local, I've sold a bunch of things locally, like old hardware. It's always nice because you can meet the person, they can actually see the physical item, you know. But that's a good idea. It's to do like the old, like a hostage situation with a newspaper and today's date on it, right? To prove that they actually have it. Okay, starting the APU.
Brickyard 629, cross runway 10, continue taxi via.
Cross runway 10,
no, it's actually
continue
broken. It doesn't
taxi
know what
via
the taxi
Brickyard
was,
629.
Alright, it must be the scenery maybe. I wanted to buy the Orbeck scenery. I think I'll do that for next week. For Montreal. It's a Canadian airport. I'm Canadian. I should own the good Canadian airports. I think it's MK Studios, which is also a... Oh, you're not standing at the line, bro. Parking brake set. APU is on. I think I should be able to turn the engines off now. Yep. Oh, wow, we shipped the all the way to Australia. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it's, you know...
Air Canada 304 Heavy. Request taxi to assigned gate.
It's,
Papa Foxtrot, contact Montreal
thankfully,
Tower,
it's a small device to ship.
124.3.
So it could have been worse.
Contact Tower 124.3, Pano Papa Foxtrot.
Okay. Alright, gotta get the doors open again for you. Yeah,
Air Canada 304 Heavy, welcome to Montreal-Trudeau Trudeau Airport. No suitable gates for your aircraft exist at this airport.
2 and
Taxi
4.
at pilot's discretion.
I don't know what they are. I
Affirmative,
assume
taxi
it's
at
the
my
cargo
discretion,
ones,
Air
yeah.
Canada 304 Heavy.
Wheel chocks in.
Jazz 860, request taxi to company gate.
Jazz 860, gate 28, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Passengers boarding started.
Gate 28, taxi at my discretion, Jazz 860.
Air Canada 419 at stand 0, request pushback.
Oh, I bet the shipping was
Air
brutal,
Canada
yeah.
419, Montreal ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
I don't know which doors
Pushback
you want
approved, face east,
TSX.
Air Canada 419.
Those are all the doors I got.
Jazz
Sorry.
608, stand 24, request pushback.
Engines are off.
Jazz 860,
Flaps
cross
are
runway
up.
10,
Speed brake is
continue
up.
taxi via.
Beacon off.
Cross
Engine
runway
is
10,
off.
continue
Seatbelts off.
taxi via Jazz 860.
Come off.
Jazz 608, Montreal ground,
That off in a
pushback
moment.
approved. Face northeast.
All right. That's pretty much
approved,
it
face northeast, Jazz 608.
for today's stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. Great to meet some of you new folks to the stream. Check out shacknews.com if you get the chance. We do write some great gaming reviews, some great features. I tend to review mostly simulators for them. So anything from, last one I did was Star Trucker, which is basically like a truck simulation but in space. Pretty good fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing you hopefully again next Thursday at 7 o'clock Pacific time until 9 o'clock Pacific time. We're going to be doing a flight on a continuation of a tour from Canada Air Virtual. So we're going to be continuing from here in Montreal, and I don't recall where we're flying to, but somewhere back into the States. I think we're kind of crisscrossing around the North American continent. So again, appreciate you. Thank you for coming and hanging out, and I will see you all next week. Take care.